So one of the things I would say is absolutely critical is that we reimagine our processes first with the people at the center. And so it really isn't about the technology. The technology is the enabler. It comes in, it's the tools. But we have a lot of processes that have been in place for a very long time. A lot of people don't even understand why those processes are in place. And so really reimagining what we do, how we do it, in the service of the people we're here to support it's got to be at the beginning and at the center of everything. And in that way, we'll be able to deliver better results and better outcomes for the citizens. We have had so much fun learning how to do this over the last couple of years. It's really novel to us to actively engage with the people who will use our systems or our services to understand from them what's most important. So for example, we were designing what a client portal would look like, and we talked to people about what's the most important thing for you, what's the question you can never answer on your own and it's really frustrating. And we thought it would be like how much their next check was going to be, because we provide social assistance. And it wasn't. What was most important was, I don't know who my worker is because they changed, and I can't figure out how to figure out who that person is. And so that actually completely changed our plan for our first release, because we decided then to prioritize making that information available so that when you sign on, if your worker changed, their name is there, their contact info is there, because that actually was very frustrating for people. And so all of the work that we do, whether it's from a policy or a program or service delivery perspective or from a technology perspective, we start by talking with the users, the clients, the people, the citizens. We learn from them what's important. We learn what their frustrations are. And then with that, we design that into the solution. But the other piece that's really important is then we test it. So before things go live, we bring it to real life people who have those experiences, and we say, we're certain this isn't perfect. So we create the safety for them to criticize us, and they do, and it's beautiful, and they give us such great insights into things we wouldn't have anticipated, like the order that you type a calendar, you have a drop down where you get the picture of a calendar and you click on it. Well, for a lot of people, that's intuitive. For a lot of other people, it's not intuitive at all. And so even having more than one way to enter a calendar date was something that we learned through testing that really made a big difference for people. So test with the people, learn from the people, and then what you create will be for the people. I think it's really easy to see inclusion as a one-size-fits-all, and it's not the direction we need to go. So inclusion means a lot of different things for a lot of different people. For example, being inclusive is not assuming that seniors don't use technology. And so how do we make sure that we're thinking about older adults and what they need? And so that might be a font size, whereas there might be somebody who has a cognitive impairment, and how might they interact with our systems and our tools. And so I think it can be easy to do a couple of things to improve accessibility and then think your job's done. And so it is very iterative, and it's continuing to learn. And I would say the other is sometimes you can delay starting till you get it perfect. So for all of those unique accessibility needs, but if we keep delaying, we won't learn. And we need to get our products or our services into the hands of the people who need them. That's the best way for us to learn. And so the approach we take, and it can be really uncomfortable, is really that minimum viable product. Get something usable into the hands of people. Let them know that it's an early version and that we're looking for feedback. And then actively listen, seek feedback, and just keep improving. We did that with a foster and adoption application, and it was great. We got so much feedback from the applicants, and we were able to incorporate. Every week we improved that application. It wasn't clear where this document had to go. Oh, perfect, we updated the instructions. It wasn't clear what to do if you wanted to adopt just an infant. It's a bit of a different process. Great, we updated the form. And so I think the biggest piece is don't wait. Get started, get it in front of people, and then capture all that feedback and just keep making it better. Oh, I think it really helps you not feel alone. Some of this work, you tend to be, you can create a ruckus in your own department or your own government, because you are always questioning how things are done. And sometimes it can wear on you because it can be frustrating for everybody else. And so one of the things I've noticed even today is the themes that are consistent. So we heard trust over and over again. And hearing that my colleagues in Nova Scotia are doing a lot of the same work, but I had no idea. And so being able to know who to reach out to, even if it's just for a sympathetic shoulder, because the work is really hard. We're in the space of constant change creation, and then leadership, and then management, and that can become daunting. And so to have and hear from colleagues and to see we're not just on the fringe. This is actually, there's 160 some people who are actively working towards the same solutions. We're just distributed. So getting all of that together helps almost with your confidence as well, going, okay, it's not just our crazy idea that we're trying to implement, but many others are as well. So we're not alone, and like I said, it can feel a little lonely sometimes.